Well, the first thing is first, so we are going to preheat the oven at 350. There we go. Now let's get started. So here are the primary ingredients for our 2-ingredient oatmeal cookies. Remember, these are vegan, organic, dairy-free. I want to say sugar-free, but I'll just say no sugar added because the bananas do have sugar. So this is very healthy, whether you're on a diet or if you're just trying to eat healthy, want a delicious snack to give to your children, want a delicious treat for yourself and don't want to feel guilty for devouring cookies. So let's get started and let's talk about the ingredients. These are the primary ingredients. I'm going to add some cinnamon because I love the benefits for cinnamon. We'll talk about that in just a moment. So let's talk about the oats. Can control bad cholesterol, and a lot of people don't know that oats actually have very high protein content and a lot more higher protein content than other grains. And as for bananas, bananas are known to help keep you regular, give you instant energy, reduce blood pressure, and help reduce the risk of heart disease. Can also help power the brain, reduces depression, helps prevent ulcers, and helps your bones go strong. And for girls, can also help reduce menstrual cramps. So these are very good cookies to enjoy when you're having menstrual cramps, especially since we get cravings and stuff like that. And let me try to get the cinnamon up so you guys can see. I got this cinnamon at the Vons, I believe it was Vons, and it was only like $2. Cinnamon is very good for you. It helps regulate the blood sugar levels, reduce cholesterol levels, aids digestion, helps joint pains, muscle stiffness, inflammation, also improves blood circulation, and just like bananas, can also help relieve menstrual cramps. So not only is this good for when you have menstrual cramps, but this is also really good if you are diabetic. Of course, it depends on the type of diet that you have. Some people are able to consume bananas and able to consume oatmeal and not have that high sugar spikes, but cinnamon is notorious for helping with that. I know that when I had my gestational diabetes when I was pregnant for my daughter when I was 9 months, even though it was stress prone, it was still considered gestational diabetes because I was 2 points over the normal limit, and they told me to put cinnamon in almost everything that I eat if it was possible because it was supposed to help me a lot. So now we have 2 large, very ripe bananas, and I'm just going to use my fork and I'm going to mash them up really nice. You can also have your kids help you with this. It's a very easy recipe, only consists of 2 ingredients. Let's remember that no eggs are found in this recipe, so this is vegan. It is dairy-free, no sugar added, gluten. Well, you know what? I'm not sure about the gluten, sorry. I'm going to mash them as good as I can. Actually, no, it's not gluten-free, I don't believe. I was making a tutorial for my gluten-free brownies, and I accidentally threw that in here for this. I'll be presenting the gluten-free brownie tutorial next week. Now that we have our 2 very ripe bananas nicely mashed, we are going to get 1 cup of my old-fashioned oats. I'm going to throw it in there, and I'm going to get my cinnamon, and you can put as much or as little as you'd like. I really put it in for the smell and the benefits because when you bake it and you open up the oven, you're going to get that beautiful scent of the cinnamon. It's just going to fill the house. It's going to be so beautiful. Now that everything is nice and mashed, I am going to let it sit just like this for 5 minutes. And by doing this, they're going to get extra moist. I believe the reason why is because the soft banana kind of consumes itself inside of the oats, and it makes it a little bit softer, making it a little bit easier to bake and much more chewy when you take a bite. So I'm just going to let it sit, let the ingredients get to know each other, and while I let this sit, I'm going to prep my cookie sheet. I'm going to line it with some foil paper because I no longer have any wax paper, a little bit of non-cooking spray, and I'm going to let this sit for 5 minutes while I do that. And then I'm going to get a little melon baller, or if you don't have a melon baller, you can get a spoon and you can add a little scoop on your cookie sheet. Okay guys, so I just checked and the answer is that pure oatmeal does not contain any gluten. However, some oatmeal brands in the market today are not pure because they contain oats that have been cross-contaminated with tiny pieces of wheat, barley, and or rye. So the recipe that I am making just so happens not to be gluten-free, but if you get pure oatmeal, make sure that you check the kind of oatmeal that you're going to get. It will have like a little sign that says gluten-free. So these can easily become not only vegan, organic, dairy-free, no sugar added, but they can also become gluten-free recipes as well. So I'm going to be getting my melon baller. I use these also for my little cake pops to make sure that they all come out evenly. There you go. I'm just going to set it down. Don't worry about these expanding. They're not going to expand because they don't have any flour. So they look round like this, and I'm just going to get my hand. I'm just going to mash it down a little bit. And I'm going to do that throughout my cookie sheet. Okay, so here we go. Now, the batter that we just made with the 1 cup of oats and 2 very ripe bananas will make you about 12 cookies. Sorry, that's my baby. And you can leave them either like this or you can play with them. This is when you can get nice and creative. I like to put a little bit of cinnamon in my batter. If you do not like cinnamon, you don't need to do that. Or you can just garnish a little bit of cinnamon on top like this. Oh, that was too much. There we go. That's going to be a very cinnamony cookie. Now what I'm adding to this one here is some dried fruit. I have added, right now I'm adding some dried prunes, but you can add some raisins, you can add some craisins, you can add some dried banana, some dried apple, apricots, you can add a little bit of nuts if you'd like, you can add some pecans, or you can add some chocolate chips. I'm only going to add 2 chocolate chips. And remember, the batter that we just made will make you about 12 cookies. Right when you place them down, whether either using a melon baller or using a spoon, be sure to mash them down. My daughter is very talkative today. So the batter that we made will make you about 12 of these size cookies. Now that we have our oven preheated at 350 degrees, we have our cookies in here and we will be leaving them in here for about 13 to 15 minutes. Now, this right here is what we made. It makes about 12 cookies. The batter that we made, the 2 ripe bananas and 1 cup of oats make 12 cookies, but I made 2 here. So we will see them in about 13 to 15 minutes. The smell of cinnamon and banana overwhelmed the kitchen. They're so beautiful. Let me take them out and show you the end result. And there we go, guys. This here is the final result of our 3-ingredient oatmeal cookies. Well, let's remember that the primary ingredients to make this cookie are the 2 ripe bananas and the 1 cup of oats. I added the cinnamon for the health benefits, and the aroma is just magnificent when you're baking it. Please be sure to keep them at room temperature for only 2 days, or you can put them in the refrigerator for up to a week. I like to consume these after a few hours. I find that they are softer and sweeter. And what's going on here, let's remember, I added some dried fruit. I had some dried prunes that I put on top. I added some chocolate chips just for fun. And you can add any types of dried fruit that you like. You could add any nuts that you would like. And let's pick one up here. Look at that. Super soft, very moist. They taste great. Not a lot of sugar though, guys. I am warning you, this isn't your typical cookie. It's just a healthy cookie alternative recipe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please be sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be putting up new recipes every single week. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoy this cookie recipe as much as I enjoyed making this video for you. Have a beautiful day.